Good. Here we go. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Daniel Umstead. I am the owner of the Robert Nathaniel Group, as well as, sorry, I had to put this on me, as well as the host of the Robert Nathaniel Group. So I want to thank you so much for joining me this morning. I had a great conversation with a great friend of mine, Gary Ruggiero. And we were pretty much discussing over the weekend as far as what ways to build up your credit. Here's the fun thing, folks, and I'm going to save it for the end. I'm going to put it on now because it is a must listen to, must watch. Not so much must watch, but definitely a must listen to. So once you hear this, and all the way through to the end, trust me, you are going to be thrilled as far as the excitement afterwards. But above all, if you need to reach out to me directly, 267-702-3756. And if you don't know already, what we talk about on the show is credit repair, resume writing, real estate, and some motivation. So hopefully this video that you're about to look at is some motivation in your life. So first and foremost, I'm going to be sharing the screen here. Bam. So you should be looking at me, looking at you, looking at me, looking at you. And we are going to get started with this handsome man right here and take it away. So, Daniel, if you can take it away. RNG Radio Show, where we go over credit repair, resume writing, real estate, and some motivation. This morning on Saturday, now y'all know I just do Monday through Friday, 7 a.m., but this morning, my very, very, very great friend of mine, all the way from high school. We're not going to talk about how many years, 4 decades, but Gary Ruggiero decided to join me this morning to give you guys some free credit tips, free credit advice to build program to just a human being actually in that store. And
this morning, sun is shining bright now. It's going to be a great.
Sorry, folks. I don't know what was going on with my feedback in the beginning, so I just pretty much skipped straight to it. That's because we got you to inspire us about this credit repair. That's why the sun's coming out. That's all that is. So this morning, I'm not going to take too much of your time because as I can see, you are a very, very, very busy man. So I just want to start off. What made you want to start building up your credit score?
So it was a simple decision for me. My wife and I, when we got married, we started talking about having a family. And she said, hey, if we're going to bring another life into this world, we got to be financially sound. So at the time, my credit score was like in the low 600s. I had like $20,000 in credit card debt. I had a car payment that was overall was like $20,000. It was a new car I just bought. And I had my student loans that were over $20,000. So we're talking over $60,000 in debt.
Wow.
And, we were renting a house. And so I was like, all right, yeah, I need to start working on this. So I had to start paying stuff off because I wanted a kid. I didn't want to get too old when I had a kid. Good morning, Brian. And so that was my motivation. You know, I had another life I wanted to bring into the world.
Cool, awesome. I appreciate that, man. And how old's your little one?
She's 19 months old now.
Oh, wow, congratulations. Those are the fun years. My boy is 10. He'll be 11 in October. Trust me, I thought it was a joke when they said, no, cherish the first 5 years. I was like, what? I can't wait till he gets older. We could play. Now I'm ready to kill. Now I'm ready.
Right.
Because, you know, these kids advance so far ahead. So I feel like I got a 48-year-old.
It's cool seeing her learn words and everything. And she just started in the past week grouping words together. So now she's using 2-word sentences.
Oh, wow. Wait till they give you the full sentence paragraph, letting you know how your day is. So look forward
Okay, well, I mean, I'm still getting used to her use of the word no. That seems to be her favorite.
Yep.
And she's combined it to be no dada. So, yeah.
Oh, just 2-word sentences. Here we go.
I asked her one day, I said, hey, look, you're going to listen to me, right? Who's the baby? She pointed herself. I said, who's dada? She pointed to me. I said, now, who's the boss? And then she pointed back to herself. I was like, no.
Oh, you're going to have a fun one. So you talked about the $60K debt. That is crazy. And I'm pretty sure everybody can relate to that in some way, fashion, or form. Now, starting at the low 600, because obviously you're not there anymore, what action steps have been taken to build up your credit, you know, over the course of 3 years?
Right. So, I mean, there's some simple steps in the beginning. Try to cut out the unnecessary costs. Like, I was going out to eat a lot. and going out to eat is great because you do need to reward yourself to keep, some sort of enjoyment. But other than that, so you cut out some of those costs. If your job offers you a little bit of extra time to work and they're going to pay you time and a half to do the same job, I was up on that. But then as far as the credit cards went, I tried paying off the higher APRs, which sometimes are the bigger credit cards. And after a while, I just realized, hey, I'm not getting anywhere. I keep paying, and I keep seeing these bills. So then I tried to change things up. Started paying the smaller credit cards first, the ones with the lower amounts on them. Their APRs may have been less, and I wasn't worried about APRs anymore. Realized that if I could pay off those smaller amounts, I actually felt like I was getting somewhere. So say I had, I'll give you an example, right? Say I have 5 credit cards, and one of them has a balance of $5,000 on it. In the beginning, I was trying to pay down that $5,000, and you keep trying to pay that down, and it's not going to go away anytime quick. And I kept ignoring the one that maybe had a balance of $200. But it's small, I got not too worried about it. Gotcha. Well, then I realized if I pay down the one with $200 on it first, I can actually see a zero balance. I could actually see me going from 5 different bills to only 4 different bills, and I felt a little bit of encouragement and motivation to keep pushing forward and keep hammering down. So everybody's wired a little bit differently, but for me, it was very much to get myself in a position where I could see the progress and feel the progress, and that would catapult me forward, if you will, to wanting to see the progress on the next lower amount. And then after a while, then you're just focused down on the one card, that bigger number, but it's just one. Just you and that monster, and then you could take it on head to head. Okay. For me, that was the easiest part. I don't want to say it was the easiest part, but it was easy for me to get motivated that way by seeing my progress. I had a goal in mind, wanted to have a kid at a younger age. I mean, I was 35 when we had our
Still young. That's still young, Gary. Don't you do that. We're still young.
If you want to lie to yourself, man, I get my AARP card in the mail. No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, no, we graduated high school at the same time. No.
Right. All the way back in 2001.
See, now you did it. Now everybody knows.
I know.
The senior citizens talking.
So yeah, that was it. Credit cards were the big one because the APRs they were all different. Student loans, you lock them in, that APR, it's going to be lower than your credit cards. Your car's APR is going to be lower than credit cards. The credit cards will definitely take advantage of you if you let them. Okay. Right now, before we had the kid, my credit score was in the low 600s, and I had $60,000 in debt. I actually got to the point that I had zero debt. Everything was paid off, student loans, car, credit cards, everything. Now, I did add an additional $20,000 to my debt because I wanted to reward myself by buying a brand new car. So I put some money down and got a brand new car, and I've already got that in the past year, a quarter of the way paid off.
Wow. That is awesome, man. That is awesome.
But credit cards, I still got the same 5 credit cards I had.
Now, you didn't close them, right?
I did not close them, no. I think it's important to keep them open. One, you have that backup if you ever need the credit. Hopefully you have a savings built up, but you do have the credit, just in case. It's already been established. But I keep a zero balance on all the cards I can. I use one card and one card only, and it's not always the same card. I look and see which card is going to give me the benefit of using, whether it's cash back rewards for using it at fuel stations or points for using it on home improvement, whatever it is. And I do my best to never let that balance go beyond a month. So every single month I'm paying off the card. Sometimes, you have a big purchase, hey, I'm going to get this paid off. It's going to take me 2 months, but I'm not going to let it go past that. Okay. So making reasonable purchases and the credit score that you get. Right now, my credit score is over 800.
Woo! I think you need to repeat that again. I don't think people got the going from a low 600 and then a few years later. What is it again? I don't think we heard that.
TransUnion and Equifax. I don't know which one got which, but one of them showing 806, the other one showing 813.
My gosh, man.
So the credit card, when they do your credit score, they're looking at a debt to income ratio.
Uh-huh.
So if you have a lot of debt and your income's not there, they're going, all right, well, this guy, he's got $60,000 in debt and he's making $40,000 a year. His credit's not going to be that great because, he's never going to be able to get it paid off. So that's part of the reason why I was like, all right, well, job just asked, hey, can anybody cover this 8-hour shift? Well, I had plans to go out to the movies, go to eat. That's going to cost me money. Or I could go work this extra 8 hours, make the extra money, and then dump that, into getting my credit score better. And after a while, your debt starts going down, your credit score starts going up, and then you can take a breath and you can go to all the movies that you want because, you worked hard, and then eventually you can play hard. You got to work hard to play hard, and I did it backwards. I started playing hard, and then I had to play catch up. And I think that's what a lot of people do. You try to keep up with the Joneses. You have a piece of plastic, like, oh, I'll just put it here, I'll pay it off later. And eventually you get to the point that's like, well, later can always be later.
Right.
But it gets harder. It gets harder if you keep on playing that game.
Gotcha. So remember that, folks. It's not, Gary did not do this, and, he woke up one day, of course, with his wife and said, hey, we got to become financially stable. We got to get these things going. But it takes time, using the extra time. And I know this is not the time, of course, to be thinking like, oh, how can I build on my credit if everything's in shambles? How can I build on my credit if I got this going on? If you're, one of the people who are, getting unemployment and you're getting that extra money, don't look at it as like, oh, I got to keep it away, keep it up in savings. No, put it on your credit cards, pay off those small balances, knock out a couple of credit cards that that has a small balance on it so you can get that score up, and stop putting things off for later. Gary's 3 years probably could have turned into 6 years if he said, no, I'm going to still go out, or I'm not picking up this shift. So you have to strategize, because right now, when we all can go back out, Gary doesn't have to worry about it. On top of that, he's got a brand new car that's almost paid off because he's strategically financing. Stop comparing yourself to everybody else. You're probably actually more richer than the neighbor who does have the brand expensive car, because you have no idea what they got to do to get there. All right. So, Gary, I know you're busy. I'm going to leave you with one last question. Now, as far as what would you recommend people do to start building up the credit outside of paying off their small credit card balances? What else could people start doing?
So things that you can start doing, you got to keep a little bit of happiness, right? Make your mind happy. So don't dump everything that you got into paying off the debt. What I mean by that, like, put aside $10, every week if you can, and then at the end of the month, like, hey, you got $40, go out, enjoy that dinner, go out to the movies, reward yourself a little bit. But keep in mind, if you're going to Starbucks every single day, spending $5 on coffee, that adds up. $5 on coffee every day, you're talking about $150 a week. Where, you cut that back, maybe you could put $125 a week towards your credit card debt, and then maybe just get coffee once a week. And use that coffee as your reward. Like, hey, I'm going to drink my coffee today knowing that I just put all this money towards my credit card debt.
Now,
but you gotta keep yourself
I know my math isn't the greatest. You said $150 a week for coffee. How much coffee are you drinking?
No. If I said a week, I apologize. $150 a month.
Oh, okay, no problem. I'm a coffee drinker, but I was like, I think Gary got me beat. I don't think I've ever spent that much in a week.
I wouldn't be sleeping, I guarantee it.
No worries. No, that's great advice. I appreciate that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
In addition to that, keep in mind, slow and steady wins the race, babe. Like, there's no need to think that you're going to wake up one day and look at, say, $20,000 in debt, and I'm going to pay this off now. I'm going to pay it off the next year. Like, no, set a reasonable goal. Slow and steady wins the race.
Cool. All right, I appreciate it.
In addition to all that, like I said, everybody's a little bit different, but my advice is start with your smaller balances. Get them paid off and start seeing results. The sooner the better, because when you see those results, you're going to be motivated to see the results of getting those bigger balances paid off.
Gotcha.
And then if there's a group that can help you, if there's a system that can help you better, learn it before you jump into it. You can do a little bit of research. because if you start trying to do things without the research, you might start failing. And if you start failing, you're going to get derailed from your end goal. So do the research, whatever works for you. This is what works for me.
Cool. All right.
You guys want to see what I drive now?
Yeah. Of course we would love to. Of course. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a treat. We are seeing Gary's brand new car. We are seeing what a credit score of 800 plus looks like. Is it the fire truck? You gonna show us the fire truck?
Yeah, I'm just kidding. I'm at work.
Okay. See, you know what? But you see what a credit score gets you guys, a fire truck. No, this is not a guarantee, I promise.
Right. It gets you peace of mind. It really does.
But yeah, at the end of the day, folks, please understand that waking up and not having to deal with that, waking up to actually be able to, Gary's in a position where he has created.
I'm doing a conference call, babe. Don't worry about it.
Gary has created wealth and which is unsurmountable. Folks are usually looking at the bank account. Folks are usually trying to ask for friends, or folks are usually saying that, oh man, I still owe this person, or maybe I found a 20. No, Gary's actually in a position where if he needs to purchase something, whether it be a large expense, small expense, medium expense, he could go out and do that. Going into a car dealership, God forbid if something happens to his current car, which shouldn't, it's a brand new car. I'll knock on wood for that. But if he wanted to go out and get a second one for any emergency needs, he could do that with the credit score that he has. So we're both under 40. I definitely want to put that out. So being at his age and being in this lifeline of generation, it is possible and it can be done. For those that have graduated around the same time that we did during high school, you still have an opportunity to get to that level. It will take time, but please don't think that, by the summertime, I'll be good to go. By the summertime, you'll be at a good start. By the summertime, you might have one of those small credit card balances paid off, but please don't think that your huge debt, whether it be student loans, credit cards, or even installment loans, are going to get paid off immediately. Take your time, focus, spend your money wisely, and I think I actually put this quote: spend your money wisely, but remember, education is always free, folks. So, Gary, thank you so much for joining me on this call this morning. For those that watch the RNG Radio Show, we have it Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. on Facebook Live. Shoot me a request, or look me up on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, the last 2 minutes is key and critical, so enjoy. Gary, thanks again. I really appreciate you, man.
Hey, Dan, there's something else I want to do for you, man.
Yes.
So, I love what you're doing. You're helping people out.
Thanks.
I don't know how big your show is. Hopefully, it keeps on growing. So,
right now, no, we're looking at about 20. But by the end of the summer, at least 40. At least 40.
Cool. So, do you have PayPal or something?
I do.
Cool. So this is what I'm going to do. Maybe not today, but tomorrow. I'm going to PayPal you $100.
Whoa, folks.
What I want you to do is figure it out. Either take 2 people, give them each $50 to get a little jump start, or take 4 people, give them each $25 to get a little jump start. Might not be much, right? But that'll get them going in the right direction.
And you know what, folks? Once he does send this to me, I'm going to have the details in regards to how you can pretty much reach out to me. This is not in the regards to, hey, we're just giving out free money here, but I'm definitely going to be breaking this down as far as helping out individuals. So I really appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man, no problem. I appreciate what you're doing. So,
thank you.
Share the love, spread the wealth, right?
Indeed. This is how we grow together, and this is how we build the empire.
All right, man. So I'll send you a message. We'll figure out the details. Like I said, I'll probably get it to you tomorrow. But
okay.
Like I said, man, I want to pay it forward, and you keep helping people out. Let me help out a little bit too.
All right. I love it, man. I love it. Hey, again, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much. Again, check us out on YouTube at the RNG Radio Show, or follow us on Facebook, The Robin Nathaniel. Thanks so much again, Gary.
All right, man. Take it easy. See you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it live. You heard it live on Facebook. You heard it live on Facebook. So The rules is simply this. Just because I don't want you yourself, person looking at it like, shoot, what do I got to do, Dan? What do I got to do right now? What do I got to do right now? How you get entered to get the $25 is simply this. I am going to have this uploaded on YouTube probably within the next couple of hours. When I do that, all you need to do is share this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's it. You hit subscribe and you hit share. You hit share and then you hit subscribe. You hit share, subscribe. 2 S's, folks. 2 S's. Now, with that, if you want to add on to ensure your entry, like I want to make sure that Dan knows that I'm serious about this, you can text me 267-702-3756 and send me a screenshot of how you shared it. Or if you want to send me a screenshot of both sharing and subscribing, you can definitely do that. 267-702-3756. So this phone should be ringing off the hook once this video gets uploaded. And I will make it easier for you, folks. I will make sure the video is ready for you, has been uploaded to YouTube, and all you have to do is share. That is simply it. I want to bless individuals today. Now, with this $25, or I will say it like this, if it gets to the point where only 2 people were in the contest, guess what? Those 2 folks get 50. Instead of folks where only 3 people get in the contest, then it's going to be around that 33. I told you I wasn't that great at math. 33, 33, 33, 33, 33, and 34. So somebody will get that extra penny. But I want you to understand that, you know, that first and foremost was definitely a blessing to help others. But I want you to realize that the money that you're using should be used towards your credit when you do win, for the folks that do win. But as far as the announcement, as far as who the winners will be on tomorrow's show at 7 a.m. Going over that. So that's pretty much it, folks. Now, I know what you're thinking, like, okay, stop the show, Dan. We're done. No. As discussed, as always, I go over what? Credit repair, resume writing, real estate, and some motivation. So first off, we already discussed the credit repair. Now, there's 2 avenues to this. There's definitely 2 avenues to this. As you heard from Gary himself, that, you know, it was over the course of 3 years as far as building his credit, what to look for, what not to look for. I work with a company that handles credit repair services. You can give me a call, 267-702-3756, to get you started on that. The program does cost money. How much? You got to call me to figure it out. Once you do, hey, it's something that you either put in your budget, or you say, you know what, I'm just going to follow Gary's advice and just span out the next 2 to 3 years in regards to making this happen. That is fine. My whole goal, and that you should be understanding and should be knowing, is that I'm trying to create a million millionaires. So what I discuss on this show is action steps. The first action step, he just said it. Pay down your small balances. As simple as that, folks. You don't need a special credit repair services program to do that. Pay down your small balances. If you got a $200 credit card, pay it off. I don't care if it's $10 a month, $10 every other month. Start paying it down. You're going to feel better in the long run. And hey, who doesn't want to wake up with a credit score and be like, I'm debt free? And technically, Gary's at a point where he is debt free because of the 800 plus credit score and because he got himself to where he needs to be at. So with that, let's hop into the rest of the show. So I was on Maximum Exposure Real Estate. I have no idea where they're located at, but realestateexposure.com. They are through Remax. They are an executive realty. So I'm not going to put their phone number out there, but if you just search Remax Executive Realty, guess what you're going to find? This article. So 15 killer tips for selling a home. Now, I'm not going to go over the full 15, but I definitely want to pull out a couple of them to definitely benefit you in your way. So, and a lot of them are kind of combined, such as the first 2. Take care of your landscape and remove clutter. Now, if you're in a home like me, such as a row home, the landscape is pretty much these 2 plots, honestly. 2 plots with some grass, weeds, and everything like that, and I usually got to pick them. So prior to me moving, of course, this place is going to look spectacular, but right now, if you was to drive by, you'd be like, this is it. And what's usually in that, because I do have a public going through and everything like that, is the clutter, is the trash. So first and foremost, if your house looks a mess on the inside, that is a personal problem. But if your house looks a mess on the outside and you're trying to sell it, hey, that needs to be done today. So make sure you get rid of the clutter and debris that's around your pathway, around your walkways, because when it does come time to actually sell that, you know, you want to be ready and prepared. The other thing, hire a great real estate agent. Hey, do you know anybody? No, cut that all out. No, I actually want to put up, you can actually put up a sign in the yard, you know, saying for sale by owner. Here's the thing with that. It will attract your realtor that you're looking for. In addition, it will attract potential people that are looking to buy. Now, there's a lot of things going on with being a for sale by owner that a realtor could pretty much take care of. But to be honest, some people just really, you know, value their home that much and value the time that they put in, which I'm not going to fault you for that. Shoot, if I was living in a home for 25 years and then all of a sudden I'm looking to sell, but I got to pay some commission fee for some guy who may have X amount of years experience in the field. No, I know this home in and out, left and right. I know what I put up. I could do this on my own. That is fine. That is fine, folks. Yes, a realtor is telling you that selling your home on your own is fine. The reason I don't have an issue with that is because guess what? People are still doing it. So the only thing that I want you to do, you got to do your own research on that. So maybe later on we might have a show about that. But moving on. Again, combination of photo and video tour. Now, we are in 2020, folks, but I'm going to tell you something. This article was done back in April 2016. So for them to actually say, hey, make sure you got decent photos, which should be automatic, but adding on to there a video tour, it's nothing professional that needs to be done. You don't need to have a span of the hallway and then it zooms out and then there's doves coming out of the blue sky. And then there's some harmonica music or some angel coming down saying, this lovely home is what you need in your life. There's none of that. None of that. It is merely just going around, spanning the area, and then stopping. You pick it up, span the area, and then stop it. And then when it comes time to actually put it together, they have so many free apps. Yes, they have so many free apps that could just combine the video. And then if you want to add a little music to it, a little jazz to it, you go on YouTube and search no copyright, royalty-free background music. You can just download that. Now I know what you're thinking, Dan, that was a lot that you gave me. I have no idea where to start with that. Well, hey, guess what? This is the part where you hire a great real estate agent to help you out along the way. And that would be moi. 267-702-3756. But if you're looking to sell your home on your own, honestly, just do the research. Do the research on how to set up a proper video tour. Do the research on how to record a video. Do the research. Just do the research. No, but honestly, adding on to that, do the research in regards to making your video pop when it comes time for you to sell your home. One of the other last tips that I did see on here that I do want to address with you, and this is number 13. Make your kitchen appalling. And the reason why I say that is this. Many buyers are very focused on kitchens. This is why you want to make sure yours is reasonably appealing. A lot of folks may have some decor or decorum and interior on their kitchen. There might be something from like the 80s and 90s. We are in 2020, folks. So somebody, especially millennials, looking to purchase a home, the first thing that they don't want to see is like, why does this look like it came from the 30s? Mind you, it might have been something from the 70s. So make sure that you do have that kitchen updated and it looks somewhat appealing. So whether it be new cabinets, whether it be freshly painted cabinets, whether it be, you know, brand new countertop, whether it be a white down countertop, something in order to make it pop. So those are my real estate tips. If you're looking to sell your home or need further tips or guidance or advice, by all means, please do your research. But if you do just have a simple question, feel free to reach out to me, 267-702-3756. The other thing that I wanted to discuss with you today is in regards to job searching. Now, the article I find, thebalancedcareers.com, because it is Memorial Day, and first and foremost, and in addition, but I actually want to get to that later on. But thebalancedcareers.com had an article about 11 reasons to job search during the holidays. Now, I know you're thinking, Dan, it's just one day off. How is this a holiday? Well, this is the part where you're planning ahead, folks. And most likely, if you happen to catch this video later on, it might be the holidays time. So with this, I do want to go over each of them, except there are two that aren't really quite necessary for it. So, and just to go over those, number 4, it says unemployment benefits are limited. Well, where we're currently at right now, limited might not even be the word. Scarce, rare, possibly, okay? Number 5, salary and benefits in place for the new year. So this is the reason why I say it might be beneficial to actually wait. So, but if you are enjoying this Memorial Day, if you just happen to pull out the grill or went over to a friend's house to pick up a plate, not so much to stay and socialize, but to pick up a plate, by all means, this will be you. So employers are hiring. First and foremost, folks, please know that just because we have all these things going on, I can't tell you how many times I put people out to work, despite, maybe classes being canceled or classes being pushed back. But we still have those opportunities, and usually the classes being pushed back is usually by a day or two. So don't be thinking like crazy, like, what do you mean classes being pushed back? Why? Why is that, Dan? No. Classes being pushed back a day or two because they're trying to get the equipment set up. So less competition for available jobs. The only less competition is for the folks that treat it as a holiday and say that, you know what, I'm not even going to look for work today because it is what it is, and I'll be A-okay. And it's like, no, you could still look for work. Like, Indeed didn't shut down. Career Builder didn't say, hey, listen, it's Memorial Day. We're really, really, really not allowing you to apply to jobs or even look for jobs, so you could hold off on that. No, the opportunities are still out there. Number 3, more networking opportunities. Honestly, just going on LinkedIn, you just might have a more relaxed individual who's actually finally able to sit down and relax, and they may be checking their phone and going on LinkedIn or going on Facebook or Instagram. So if they see somebody that's looking for work, such as yourself, by all means, you could definitely and should most likely put that on there. We already discussed number 4 and 5. The temporary job could become permanent. It is not a guarantee, folks, and I actually wish I had taken my own advice. Now, in the past, when I had an opportunity to work at Drexel University, they were so bent on like, hey, it's temp, could be perm, but it's not a guarantee. The last person that was temp did become perm along with the best individuals, but we can't quite guarantee that. So, and I was kind of collecting unemployment while trying to rush to work because just getting out there just with traffic and everything like that was insane. But please know that, starting a temporary job at this point in time, it may become more permanent. You got to think we are getting into the holiday. We are getting into the summer. So even though for the holiday season, it's usually maybe a week and a half where people aren't available. Now we're getting into the summer season where people might be looking at that 1 week or 2 weeks during the summer where they are taking off. You may still get holiday time off. Now, today's Memorial Day. So if you think that, oh man, I'll be able to start at 5 o'clock today, I'll probably get time and a half, or they might give me some hazard pay, so I'll get that on the following check, I'll be good to go. No. This is for the folks that, for the upcoming holidays. So applying for a job, if this was 2 weeks ago, by all means, most people could be eligible to get that PTO day or that time off. You may be able to negotiate a start date. Now, the reason why I say that is that, with today being the holiday, hey, it might be pushed back to, in a couple of days or, even the following week. Like, hey, I got a couple things going on after the holiday, but definitely would be available. Now, if they say, hey, listen, this is do or die right now, you either taking this job or not, then by all means reevaluate. But if you know that the ball is in your court and you're able to negotiate with the start date, boom. And that's where it says you may be able to negotiate. Extra money for the holidays, there's one extra money. Now the extra money goes back to that PTO and that holiday pay. If the job offers it, please do not go in thinking that all jobs offer holiday pay or time off or additional time if you do work on the holiday itself. Some people might just be doing straight flat because they were able to get around it. I didn't realize this until I started working for a staffing agency where I'm like, oh, we don't pay for holiday pay? Oh, I thought this was like standard across the board. But no, not everybody is getting that time and a half. Get a new wardrobe. You need to be shopping anyway for brand new clothes. But the trick is, and this saves you a whole lot of money in your pockets. Now, probably not now, due to the fact that a lot of stores, have very strict return policies. But once everything gets alleviated and everything is back to normal and we're good to go, going into a store, finding a nice little outfit to put on and saying, and looking at it like, man, I got money to pay for it now, but I really can't afford it right now. What I did, and I actually did this for a Valentine's Day date way back. I bought a suit, put on the suit, wore the suit, and then I returned the suit. Yes, I did, folks. I bought a suit, put on the suit, and then I returned the suit. And the reason why I say that is that, if you're trying to do something, this, of course, was an impression, but if you're looking to do an interview and you don't have the clothes, but you do have the money to get the clothes right then and there, and then you can look to return them, then by all means, take advantage of that, folks. It's the reason why we have returns. And as always, feel free to use my reason. It just didn't fit the way I wanted it to fit. That's it. Or you can do your research and Google the best reasons to say why you didn't like the item anymore. But most stores right now, they're not even going to ask. They just say, is everything here? All the tags here? Good to go. Boom. And then they put it back on the shelf. And then last but not least, using employee discounts for holiday shopping. So my company offers, this is between the credit repair services company and my main job. But the credit repair service company offers plenty of benefits. But my main job, my W-2 job, I should say, that one does offer plenty of benefits. And yes, they offer a lot of discounts to various vendors that we work with, both with, car rentals and even just, general shopping. Or if you were looking at purchasing a car, we actually just had that as well added. So these are some of the things as far as like, hey, get on the horse, get on the ball with this. You never know what kind of opportunities are going to be available for you once you do apply immediately. There's always that check that you're looking forward to, but those immediate benefits that you get once you start a job are, unimaginable. So definitely put it out there, definitely inquire, and definitely start applying for jobs. So that is that for that. Memorial Day, before I get into that, or I should say before I get into my motivation, and I wanted to actually pull up the instance in regards to what Memorial Day is technically. So, Memorial Day is an American holiday observed on the last Monday of May, honoring the men and women who died while serving in the U.S. military. Today's Memorial Day is on May 20th. Now, here's one fact that I did pick up. From 1868 to 1970, no matter what day of the week it landed on, Memorial Day was always observed on May 30th, no matter what. Now, as of 1971, they had moved it to where it was pretty much observed on the last Monday of each month. But imagine that for a little over 100 years, no matter what day that it fell on, because usually with 4th of July, even though we celebrate 4th of July or 4th of July, typically 9 times out of 10 where it's observed for those that do work, postal state employees and such, it usually gets moved back to the next day or the day before, blah, 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 blah. But to think about that, it's like, wow, for over 100 years, they kept this day the same no matter what. So in addition, May 30th is also an awesome day because it's my mom's birthday. Yeah. So thank you so much. Well, we're looking at 5 days, so once I get to there. But future happy early birthday to my mom. Love her dearly. That's any bullshit. Love my mama. I love you, mama. Mama, if you listen, I love you. Now, to wrap up the day with some motivation so you guys can enjoy and so I can get started on downloading this so I can start sharing this video with you folks. Motivation. When you're making connections, please know that not everybody has your best interests. Please know that. There's going to be people and folks out there that you make connections with on Facebook, that you make connections with on Instagram, LinkedIn, what have you, or some people just might have your phone number for the connections that you make because you feel, either a real deep connection or you see an advantage or benefit to this relationship that you're about to delve into. But still keep a cautious eye, still keep that one eye open because some people, just might not like you. I connected with somebody who lived out in Sweden, and I'm like, oh man, this is awesome. This guy's out in Sweden, and we pretty much had the same likes. We both liked Gary Vaynerchuk. We both, because I saw his thing, Robert Kiyosaki and all that. I was like, oh man, this is great. So what I started doing was when I do connect with individuals, because I don't want to just be a blind connect, but when I do connect with individuals, I do say like, hey, thanks so much. If you see anything in my bio that interests you, or if you had any questions about, feel free to connect with me. Well, we started off good, and then it went straight downhill for whatever reason. Like, this guy didn't like Americans. This guy said, you guys will never advance in life. This guy also pointed out, what else was he mentioning? I was talking about fractions with my son because I was failing him, and obviously, I don't know, maybe he just didn't like American humor. I don't know what it was, but I was telling him, I was like, yeah, I had to relearn how to do fractions in regards to subtraction. 2 degrees, and I can't even know how to subtract fractions. His response to that, you stupid idiot. All you do is keep the denominator the same. Wow, I got that part already. I just wanted to point out a fun little fact for you. So did a ha-ha at the end and kept it as is. So if I do get any threats or weirdness from this guy, by all means, definitely push it to the side. So this goes for life, folks. Please don't think that everybody that you connect with. Now, I myself I consider myself a very genuine person because I got this pen. No, I myself consider a very genuine person because I want you to succeed in life. My focus is creating a million millionaires. And by doing that, I want to give you as much information as you need and building a relationship. But even for myself, over the weekend, I had to realize that building a relationship and then just moving forward, making a connection and then just moving forward with somebody is not going to create a millionaire in that individual. But establishing a relationship, which is what I'm looking to do more and more with the connections that I do have. So that way it's not just, oh yeah, we're connected on LinkedIn. No, I want to know why we're connected on LinkedIn. I want to know why we have a relationship on Facebook. I want to know why you're following me and I'm following you. If it just happens to be a follow situation, then that's that. But, if there's something that can be advantageous for both of us, then by all means, I want to take full advantage of it. So please know that, and understand that, where you're going at in life, not everybody might not be there. Everybody might not be on the same level as you. Some people might be advanced. Some people who you think are advanced are way below, and the people who you think are way below, probably way more advanced than you. So take a step back when you're making a connection with somebody, look at it and be like, how can this be advantageous for both of us? And if it's just a number, so you can get your friends, following up to 5,000 plus on Facebook, then by all means run with it. But please don't be accepting every single request that comes in thinking that it's like, oh, well, I'm just trying to get my numbers up. No, see how this relationship can develop, see how this relationship can build. Because for every one connection, that might turn into 5, that might turn into 10. That might turn into your next business opportunity, next career opportunity to get you to the next level. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, folks, thank you so much for joining me. As always, stay blessed, my fellow millionaires. And don't forget to share this video if you want to be included. Now, of course, this contest ends tomorrow, May 26, 2020 at 7 a.m., in which I will announce the winners on this shirts and my belt. But in the meanwhile, definitely hope you enjoyed, and I'll be talking with you soon. Have a great one, folks.